Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video on ticker symbol IFXY. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think it's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Been doing this analysis on a pretty routine basis. Did it yesterday, so that is where these green and red line annotations are coming from. But after today's pullback, some updates here need to be made. First update I'm going to do is just a little house cleaning, get rid of that line up there. Yeah, it pertains. It's just not relevant right now. And from a presentation standpoint, I don't want to risk causing confusion because there's clutter and lines all over the place. So we'll just try to keep this as clean as possible. The first update, though, comes from a foundational principle in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they do tend to act as resistance. And you can see this rule pretty much played out to a T today. Earlier in the day, the price broke below that level. And then according to the rule, when these levels are broken, they tend to act as resistance. There was a nice bounce up this afternoon. And although the price didn't quite, hit the level, it got relatively within the, the range of it. So 0075, without doubt, definitely that, shorter term level of resistance going forward. What about areas of support? Well, at this point in time, it's really all about the famous 200 period simple moving average, which is being denoted there by that pink line there. Even if you have just a very basic, very surface deep understanding of charts, I'm sure you've heard of the 200 period, and you know that when the price is above it, you want to see the price stay above it, assuming, of course, you're bullish. So from the big picture of things, the trend is still in the bull's favor because the price is above that long-term moving average there. Now, of course, there is perspective that goes into all this. I mean, if you are a day trader and you bought right there and wanted to sell within 15 minutes this morning, then yeah, for you, the chart looks pretty bad. But I am definitely, and I have been making these comments from someone that cares about more so the big picture of things. So again, big picture-wise, yeah, the price is pulled back, but the bulls do still have an opportunity to build a higher base, and that's the name of the game. That's how those long-term uptrends are constructed. And actually, to better illustrate this, I'm not saying this will happen, but this is just to illustrate the example of how the bulls are still in charge. Let's say the price actually comes down right around that pink area and then starts to work its way back upwards. Emphasis on the word big picture. So from the big picture perspective, well, you'd still have a set of lows right here. You'd have this base down there. You picture these as stair steps, and the overall stair steps, the big picture stair steps, are still very clearly headed in the upwards direction. Again, I'm not saying the price is headed down to that pink line. That was just for illustration purposes of why, even with the pullback, the overall trend is still in the bulls' favor. So we'll see what happens with it, but, the price is pulled back. Now it's time for the bulls to start to chip away and build a higher base, so we'll see if they can get the job done or not. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.